I'd like to welcome everybody to our annual Mayor's Luncheon. I love seeing all the mingling and networking that's going on. Let's give it up to Bailey. I think Beth might be the other bee that's here today for Crooked Pint Catering for the fantastic lunch that we had. We do have a couple vegetarian options if somebody didn't get that option. So yeah, welcome everybody to our Mayor's Luncheon. We're gonna have the mayors come up here briefly, waiting on one. I don't know, it's probably normal, right, Matt? Anyways, we're gonna come up here, all the mayors. I was trying to make a joke, Matt, about waiting on a mayor. But we're gonna have them come up and do rock, paper, scissors like we did last year. It's always kind of fun, get a little engagement going. But it'll be another minute or two, I think, before we get Mayor Johnson back in the room. But I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our cities. It's great to see all 4 of our cities in the same room. Our elected officials, I think we have 4 out of our 5 Carver County commissioners. Oh, there's the 5th one right there, just walking in. Right on time, Matt. So it's the first time that I can remember that all of our commissioners have been in the same room together, because they can't unless you tell everybody they're going to be, right? So, but this is a great event. I'm looking forward to hearing what all 4 of our cities, what they've done this year and what they're going to do next year. And I want to give a big shout out to Comcast, who's our gold sponsor. They didn't want to come up and talk, but you know, we just had our gala here earlier this month, and Comcast was our business of the year. And I was talking with Stacy earlier and just said this was great. Like, you know, one thing that they've done, if you don't know, they're doing it's Give to the Max Day, a week from Thursday. They're doing a $10,000 match for Bountiful Basket. And with the timing and everything that went around with the SNAP benefits and all the other craziness, and to see the community come together and really help out our food shelf is amazing. So thank you to Comcast for doing that. And I also want to thank our volunteers that helped today, and also City of Chaska for recording this so we can share it later. And a big shout out to Matt, our events and marketing coordinator, to help with everything here as well. But anyways, it's pretty awesome to have all 4 of our mayors to be here this year. So I'd like to bring up Mayor Hubbard for the City of Chaska. She should start us off.
Ladies, let me win because I'm the most green mayor of all of us up here. So, all right. Okay. We're good to go? Yeah. All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Taylor Hubbard. I'm the mayor of Chaska, and today I'm breaking Chaska tradition. This is the first time the mayor of Chaska has given this presentation in 7 years. But one tradition I won't break is poking fun at Mark Windshuttle. Our former mayor somehow always had a scheduling conflict for this event. And we invited him this year, but he said he had tab, which is funny because I took his spot on tab, and that meeting is tomorrow. Anyhow, it's been a rewarding first year as mayor. I've connected with so many in our communities through events, meetings, and phone calls and emails. A personal highlight for me is connecting and collaborating with our incredible mayors and county commissioners who are here today, all here today, and whom care deeply for their communities. Their dedication inspires me every day. And at the heart of my presentation is a simple truth. The services and amenities we offer touch our businesses and residents' lives every day. With intentional planning and thoughtful evaluation, it's clear that our leaders and staff genuinely care about our community. Our mission is to be the best small town in Minnesota. That's a great philosophical goal, but what are tangible ways that we can reach it? That's where strategic planning comes in. Every year, the council and department heads get together to examine our vision and direction. This year, we developed 8 strategic goals for 2030. You can see them on the screen behind me. So how are we doing on these? Let's take a look, and so you don't have to take my word for it, we have a few businesses and residents give us their perspectives. We'll start with downtown Chaska. Thanks to the intentional planning throughout history, we've been able to maintain a distinct and charming downtown district. We want to make sure it continues to be a destination. We asked local business owner Sarah Munson about her experience what her experience has been downtown, and Sarah and her husband own 3 buildings in downtown Chaska. Last year, she opened a gift shop called Hayloft Studios. Owning a business and living downtown, she brings a unique perspective to what downtown Chaska is and what it can become.
I'm really optimistic about downtown Chaska. The overall environment is incredibly conducive to growth. I think the evolution of both the infrastructure via the construction that's completed, as well as the new businesses that are coming in that are bringing momentum, and quite honestly, the very tenured businesses that have been here a very long time, is that we're seeing both the old and the new come together, where people are really optimistic about working together. They're aligned on a strategic vision and are most interested in getting the word out in order to bring more residents downtown, both to live, shop, work, eat, and really enjoy Chaska for everything it has to offer.
We've been working with the Downtown Business Alliance and Music
really
Hint Group on a Downtown Chaska activation plan. As you can see in the photos, we have had a full house for these meetings. It is important to have as many downtown businesses as possible share their experiences and ideas for the future. The full plan is 98 pages, so I obviously won't read it out loud today. You're welcome. But here are some of the highlights. The plan prioritizes high-impact, low-cost activations that can demonstrate success and build community support for larger investments. The suggested initial improvements require less than $10,000, and marketing and events are everyday investments that help our businesses succeed and bring our community together. And while we're talking about downtown Chaska, we have to mention City Square and the postcard of Chaska, the gazebo. We added a new ADA ramp to the gazebo, and many people who couldn't enjoy that view before are thrilled that they can now. We also installed new concrete paths throughout the park and around the gazebo and restored the historic light posts and iron fences. There was a lot of historical and cultural considerations associated with City Square, and our crews did a fantastic job completing the project while respecting those considerations. We are excited to utilize our park for our upcoming hometown holiday event on December 6th. Across from City Square Park, we have City Square West. Currently, the block contains a small retail mall, bank, and post office on it. Our plan for City Square West is to be another destination in our downtown that would include a mix of retail, housing, parking, and a public plaza for festivities. Thanks to our local legislators, we were able to host both the State House and Senate bonding tours this fall. We are hoping to get the project into the bonding bill during the next legislative session to support the public pieces of this project and move forward with redevelopment. Our next strategic vision for Chaska is Chaska being a hometown for all. Whether you've lived here for a day or your whole life, it's more than just words, it's a feeling. And here are some of the ongoing efforts towards this vision. Our community events give us the opportunity to learn more about our different experiences, heritage, and culture. We want everyone to feel there is a space for them here in Chaska. We want to embrace and celebrate our diversity. Here are some photos of some recent events. Our MLK Day Human Rights Celebration, Celebrate Pride event, Katrina Festival, Celebrate India event, and One Night Choir. Our community events are getting us closer to our goal. Emma and Nina told us about their experience at Celebrate India last year and this year.
I really enjoyed this festival because it felt like the whole city of Chaska was coming together, and I liked seeing everyone enjoy the culture and everyone just like embracing it and learning about it. Even people who aren't Indian or aren't familiar with it, they all look like they enjoyed it, and I had a fun time showing my culture. I felt very like included and part of the community, and it was nice to see like things I grew up around being represented at a public place and everyone enjoying it and it not being a bad thing. It was really fun. Everyone was inclusive and it was a great time.
I really enjoyed the India Festival because I know it's like my friend's culture and she really enjoys being around this stuff, and I love seeing her like happy, and being around the community is really nice and seeing them all come together to celebrate such a beautiful culture.
I really enjoyed this festival.
Partnership within our city.
It felt like
engage with our community.
City of Chaska.
Officer Martin Godinez had an old equipment trailer that was pretty much just a home for mice. Our community engagement manager, Kevin Wright, was looking for a way to eat more hot dogs this summer, and thus a partnership was formed. With the help from our city mechanics, facility maintenance team, and community sponsors, Martine and Kevin created the 5-0 trailer. 5-0 stands for Fun, Interactive Vehicle for Engagement Opportunities. The trailer has video games, a grill, and yard games. It makes appearances at our community events and ventures into neighborhood parties. I can't leave this slide without pointing out that I finished first in the Mario Kart race shown in the photo, and I welcome any and all challengers to try and beat me. We caught up with Wanu, who worked with Officer Martin to have the 5-0 trailer come to his neighborhood.
Hi, I want to say thank you to the Chaska Police Department for a beautiful evening that Officer Martin and Kevin have organized for our community. The reason why I'm talking today is I just want to say how it made our community connect. Before the 5-0 truck, we lived here for about a year, and most of the neighbors don't know each other. We don't even know the names that live right next door. We see kids playing in their own front yards and not talking to each other. Then one day we realized we want to be better than this, right? So we just reached out to each other. We know few people, but the big thing that changed for us with 5-0 truck is the kids got really connected. They were playing the video games and the cookout by Kevin. The hot dog was ahead and the popsicles they brought, and it made the people sit next to each other, talk to each other, and that gave them that bonding over that few hours, which has extended into weekends now. So before the 5-0 truck, the kids all know each other maybe, but they wouldn't say or go near each other. But after the event, kids were doing sleepovers, weekend plays, and they all know each other pretty well now.
Each summer,
I
we
want to say
work
thank
with
you to the
Empower
Chaska Police
Inclusion
Department
to give 18 to
for
21-year-olds who have intellectual or development disabilities the opportunity to intern with our city. This year, we welcomed Griffin and Aiden to the team. They tried out a lot of different jobs around town, from performing drinking water tests, operating a backhoe, fixing a power outage, mowing a soccer field, and a lot more. This opportunity has been a rewarding experience for all involved and has led to the employment of several cadets throughout our city departments. I'm personally trying to find a way to have Aiden be our local hype man, as he is the king of selfies. He's got a great Instagram page called Aiden Selfies, so follow him. I'm going to start this section by reading a letter our fire department received from a resident. Thank you to all the firemen and women, especially Sarah, Jared, and 2 other firemen that came to our house last Thursday. My husband was out of town and one of our alarms started chirping. I thought it was in the room with our 12-foot ceilings. My ladder wasn't high enough, and our neighbor, who could maybe help, was also out of town. I was unsure if I should call the fire department, but I'm so glad I did. Sarah's friendly voice put me at ease right away, and her crew came to help. They figured out I needed new fire alarms. A trip to Home Depot and their generous time and kindness, I now have newly installed smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. With all the crazy and bad news we hear, it's so great to witness the goodness of others firsthand. Thanks again, Deb. High-quality emergency services are essential to a thriving city, and as Chaska grows, our team is not only meeting the increasing demand, they're constantly going above and beyond to exceed expectations. Our firefighters and police officers are amazing people who take pride in the services they provide to our community with respect, honor, and integrity. On the police department side of things, we have made social media a core function to build trust within our community. As an example, our PD launched a series called Captured on Cam, which has an example on the screen. By sharing our officer stories in real moments and real voices, we help people understand that what their job involves and how it impacts the daily lives of our residents and businesses. As we move forward using innovation and technology to drive efficiency, we'll stay with the PD because they're doing great things with drones. Since the police department established their drone team in 2024, they have 5 FAA certified drone pilots and several drones. They have flown almost 70 public safety missions, and these drones have aided in searching for missing persons, locating, hiding suspects, aerial views during structure fires, and serious vehicle crashes. The PD is building the first drone-specific vehicle to better support missions and has added 2 delivery systems for larger drones, allowing officers to quickly deliver critical supplies, like a life jacket for water rescues or cell phones for crisis negotiations. These initiatives are made possible by the donations from community organizations. By utilizing this technology, we're able to respond more quickly and safely, delivering better outcomes for our community. SouthWest Chaska has grown substantially over the last 10 years, both in the residential and industrial commercial realm. One big project on the horizon is Big Woods Business Park. This would be an industrial commercial development on 359 acres with 17 parcels. Located generally in between Jonathan Carver Parkway, Chaska Boulevard, and Highway 212, this will bring both jobs and revenue to our community. We're always trying to find new and better ways to make sure our community is informed. Our hope is that being informed leads to being engaged. In the past year, we've really felt the impact of the Chaska Herald newspaper closure. Because of this, we brought back Chaska Today, a newsletter that is mailed to all Chaska addresses every 2 months. We've also launched a business e-newsletter. There are articles on business resources, new businesses coming to town, and a Q&A with different businesses each month. You can sign up by snapping a photo of the QR code that's not on the screen. Just come holler at me. We'll get you hooked up. That was our fail. Okay. So, one other fun thing we're doing is a video series called Locally Yours. This is a fun one where Councilmember Hatfield and myself explore Chaska businesses and showcase them to the community. If you are a Chaska business interested in being featured, reach out to me or Economic Director Julie Grove. Here's a vision that's been on our board for a while now, having quality city facilities. Our core focus being the public safety facility, municipal service building, library, and city hall. We are now in the last year of funding these projects, which is a great milestone to reach. The public safety camp facility was first on our list, and as you can see, the progress from last time we gave this speech to today up on the screen. Both our fire and police departments plan to move in January and February of this upcoming year. So what's next on the list? Well, that would be our municipal service building. And once the municipal services building is wrapped up, we'll move on to planning for a new library, and then we'll finish with a remodel of City Hall. We still have a few slides to go, not that many, but if you pay attention to one slide, I hope this one is the one. Thank you to all the new and established businesses who call Chaska their home. As a business owner myself, I understand how much time, energy, and sacrifice you put in to be successful. You are an essential part of our community, and I appreciate each and every one of you. It's great to see so many new businesses investing in our community. And as we look to the future, what do we see? No road construction. Well, almost no road construction. You really can't have a summer season without orange cones. So in 2026, we'll reconstruct Bavaria Road from Pioneer Trail to 82nd Street. And to the north, construction will happen on Highway 5, so while that's not technically in Chaska, there will be impacts to Chaska residents. And coming to Chaska in 2026, the Women's PGA Championship. This one will be the second time that Hazeltine has hosted this championship, and we're excited to have it back. And while it's still a ways off on the calendar, the 2029 Ryder Cup is closer than you think. We are now the next Ryder Cup that will be on U.S. soil. And since I made fun of Mark at the beginning of this speech, it is only fair that I make fun of myself at the end of my speech. Hopefully, you can enjoy these outtakes as much as I did making them. Remember, the camera is always rolling. All right. Hi, everybody. Okay, let me start over. I don't know that I can do this part. Okay. All right.
Master.
Refreshing.
Different outfits.
We're not on camera, right?
It's gonna just be audio. Here I am. Trying.
I know you saw my face. I was like, whoa.
You don't really need to. It just stops and then just make sure you're neutral.
Am I?
You'll know because when you let go, it'll lurch forward. So.
See you next time.
I think she's got to say it.
The whole thing? You say see you next time. Pull it together, Taylor.
Toast.
Okay.
Toast.
Okay. Let me know when I have to go. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up.
Okay, hold it up. You're right.
Oh yeah,
All right.
we're on cable
All right.
these days.
All right. Oh yeah. Big time.
We are movie stars.
I gotta pay to put that blue check mark next to my name.
Well, thanks for joining us on this edition of Locally Yours.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Hubbard. So maybe Mario Kart will decide our rotation for next year? I don't know. Kevin, can we get the Mario Kart on the big screen? Yeah. Nice. I don't know. We'll let the mayors decide. All right, Mayor Ryan. Please welcome Mayor Ryan to the city of Chanhassen.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. If you'll excuse my voice, I am very happy to be here, a little under the weather, but I thought it was important for me to be here today with all of you. Obviously, it's because it's one of my favorite events throughout the year, but number two, I absolutely did not want to face the repercussions that Mayor Winchell has over the years. So if I'm being truthful, that was the driving force behind that. But again, welcome everybody. It really is a pleasure to be here with all of you. Steve and the Chamber, you do such a great job putting this event together, but also the great work that you do for our communities and our businesses throughout the year. Not only you, but I want to acknowledge all the ambassadors with the Chamber as well, making sure that our businesses that have chosen to be in our communities feel connected to our communities, and I think that our ambassadors really do a great job, so thank you to all of you. And then I also want to acknowledge my fellow mayors. Appreciate the great work that you do, not only the friendship and sounding board and talking and listening that we have amongst each other. We have a great camaraderie, and I appreciate the fun and laughter that we share. So enjoy doing this fun job with all of you. But again, as a community, I think we all recognize what a special place Carver County is. If you do not know this, Carver County, if it's not the fastest growing county in the state, it's certainly one of the fastest. And I think that really speaks to the connection that we all make as a community, how well we work together as a community, not only cities, but the Chamber, our businesses, our nonprofits are there to support our businesses, the great school districts that we have, and just really feeling grounded in the strength that we share with one another. So I hope we all can acknowledge the great community that we live in. And that's really where I want to start today, is I'm so proud of the community that we are building in Chanhassen. And at the center of that community is what we are in we just finished phase 1, but we have 2 phases of our civic campus. And this is at the core of our downtown, our new city hall. And if you haven't been to our new city hall, it is absolutely spectacular. It's not only beautiful and appealing just to the eye, but the services that it provides, its open spaces, the easy access to communicate and reach out to our staff and have those conversations. And whether it's the service center desk or meeting in one of our rooms, it's just a great space and place to welcome our residents. In addition to the different spaces, we have a new council chambers. Like all communities, the continued interest in what we're doing as cities, we have more and more people attending our council events, and so we wanted to create a space that has more seating, updated lighting, and just a great space for our residents to come in and really feel connected to the council and the commissions for which serve them, and they have questions and want to feel engaged. But probably at one of the focus points for us when we were building this new City Hall has to do with our senior center. We really have a remarkable senior community. We serve over 11,000 seniors at our 55 plus senior center. And the focus of that area is having warm spaces for them to come and enjoy, almost a home away from home for them. We understand that connections for seniors is vitally important to their health and well-being. And so to create a space for them to come and communicate and collaborate and just have that space and time to be with their friends and neighbors is very important. So we're very proud of the senior center. Some of the highlights, like I said, are the fireplace lounge and outdoor porch, small meeting rooms for groups and support circles, but really just places where they can do arts and crafts and communicate with each other. This is just phase one and it's completed, and we're proud. We had an open house where over 600 people attended. And it was just a great day and really reinvigorating for all of us. But that's phase one, and phase two has begun. And we are fingers crossed, hoping that it'll be ready to go by the 4th of July. And that's going to be our outdoor park and amenities space. So we'll have splash fountain, playground, trails to walk through the outdoor area, park building, performance stage for our summer concert series, and then an open green space for farmers markets, as well as flooding during the winter months to come out and skate and enjoy the time together. And then, of course, you don't build anything without pickleball courts, so we'll have pickleball courts and an updated skate park. Again, really important spaces and places for our community connect. We know that downtown is the core of our community, and so we wanted to make sure that we were building a place for people to come together and be together. And we realize that as a community, if we make that investment in our town, in our downtown, then the private sector will also make that investment. And so we are across from the Civic Campus is the new Roars development, or redevelopment for residential and retail. This will consist of 2 buildings, over 15,000 square foot of first floor retail space for retail and restaurants, and then over 310 market rate apartments to bring the community together, but bring people downtown. We want to have a thriving downtown. The eastern building will be ready December of 2026, and the westernmost facing building will be ready for residents September of 2027. So we're excited about that area. Moving forward, we know that Highway 5 is really the economic hotline for our community, and I want to highlight 3, excuse me, let me just take a quick sip of water. I want to highlight 3 businesses that are right along the Highway 5 corridor that are very important and essential to our community. Xcel Energy Center, we're so happy to have them as partners and in our community, and they have decided to put their new facility with the ribbon cutting tomorrow is the hub for electric distribution right in the Southwest Metro. It is over a 100,000 square foot building that is going to operate, is taking the place of both the Shorewood and Waconia facilities. And they chose this facility as it addresses the critical need for reliable electric service while supporting the long-term growth in this region. As I mentioned, this is the fastest growing county in the state, and they wanted to make sure that their facility was located in the best place in Chanhassen, right along the Highway 5 corridor. So we are thrilled to have them on that site. If you notice the building just to the east of Xcel Energy is the Audubon Business Park. It's a little deceptive from Highway 5, but there are actually 2 buildings there. It is going to be the future space of the Bernard Group. The Bernard Group currently owns or operates out of a number of facilities in Chanhassen, but closer to Dell Road, so more on the Eden Prairie Chanhassen border. And they were looking to either leave Minnesota or bring all of their business to Chanhassen. And so in conjunction with Messenbrink Construction, they designed these 2 buildings specific to their needs. And it sits on over 30 acres of land and is over 400,000 square foot of building. So it is a very large facility, and we are thrilled to have them here, as they will employ over 1,000 people in this community. So we're excited to have the Bernard Group at the Audubon Business Park. Also a ribbon cutting tomorrow is a new senior center called the Eden Springs Assisted Living and Memory Care, and that is located just to the north of Highway 5, and it sits right on the edge of Lake Ann Park. So a beautiful space for this senior facility. It'll feature 2 connected 21 resident homes for a total of 42 residents. It is considered a luxury home-like option for seniors who are requiring personal care. So it is a small building, but they are looking to have personalized care right in Chanhassen, and then they have the walk out back. It has walking trails that abut Lake Ann Park, so a beautiful setting for our seniors. So we look forward to welcoming them into our community. And then certainly want to have a screen where we highlight all the new businesses that have come in, have chosen Chanhassen for their home. So really excited to have them. This was the ribbon cutting at Comcast Xfinity new retail site, but want to highlight Jumpstart Chanhassen, Driven Coffee. I have to put my glasses on for the rest. The Hope Breakfast Bar, Pro Nails and Lounge, Lean Kitchen, and the Cheesecake Funk. So we want to say thank you to all of those businesses for choosing Chanhassen as their home. As we move to the south, I want to talk to you about the Avienda development. Now, if you've been coming to this event for the last 7 years, you've heard me talk about this for the last 7 years, and we're still talking about it. So, but we're really excited because we really are starting to see some progress. You already have seen the building of the 39 villas, and then we have approved, and starting in the spring, parade of homes. There will be 53, or the model home for the 53 row homes. Those are both Charles Cudd developments. And then just yesterday was a ribbon cutting for the new Avienda apartment building. This apartment building is 4 stories. It will have 412 units, so studio 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. There will be 2 pet parks associated with this building. And this is something new for the partners that are involved with this. But this building will have a 2.5-acre private courtyard at the center of these buildings. It will contain a pool, a spa, putting greens, open green space, fire pits, outdoor kitchens, lounge areas, garden, and path. So they are very excited about this new Avienda apartment that will be in the heart of the overall development. And this is really the linchpin to getting the grocer, which is the worst kept secret in Chanhassen, yet I'm still not able to disclose who they are. No, that is not it. Don't start that rumor, Steve. But we are really excited to have the grocer. The board has approved them to open this site, but we cannot, again, disclose it quite yet. But once the apartment went, then the grocer, and then we are looking forward to have the retail and the restaurant as really the final component of the overall Avienda development. But certainly last but not least is we're thrilled about the Chanhassen Bluffs Community Center. This is something near and dear to the hearts of our community. We have a rec center that has served its purpose since the early 90s, but we're excited about the opportunity to have a full-scale community center to welcome our community for years and years to come. And some of the key features of the community center are 2 sheets of ice, a indoor walking track that will be around the field house that will be free to residents and open year-round. In the field house, there will be, half of it will be a gymnasium floor for basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. But then we'll also have turf for soccer, lacrosse, football, and dryland training. There will be 2 community rooms to rent out for different events and meetings. We'll have a dance studio. We have a remarkable dance program as a part of our rec programming. So we'll have a dance studio for the dancers, an indoor playground, and then just open spaces for the gathering of the community. And so we are very excited to have this community center, and if it continues to move along the path that we are hoping for, it will be the home to District 112 graduations in the future. So something that I know our district is very, very, very eager to have. So we're looking forward to the building of the community center. As I mentioned at the very beginning when I talked about all of us working together, making sure that Chanhassen is a connected community is really at the forefront of what we do and what I think we do best. And hats off to our amazing Park and Recreation department for the great work that they do. I want to highlight just some incredible numbers. So Chanhassen hosts 11 major community events that drew over 80,000 plus people into our community. We have over 450 recreation programs offered across youth, adult, and adaptive categories, serving thousands of our residents and our neighbors. Like I mentioned earlier, we serve over 11,400 people in our senior center, participants enjoying trips, classes, meals, wellness programs, and social events. Like I mentioned, we have over 30,000 people at our recreation center, visiting our recreation center that took part in sports, fitness, personal training, rentals, and community gatherings. We have over 30 parks, 70 miles of trails maintained for our residents, with 445 acres of parkland and 693 acres of open space to enjoy. It's really at the central of what we do in our Parks and Rec programming, and hats off to our director, Jerry Rugemer, who is here today, for leading that amazing department for the great work that they do. But that programming is not possible with the great sponsorships and partnerships, many of whom are in the room here today. We thank you for your support. We have over 144 community sponsors and partners that really strengthen our events, programs, and facilities through the funding and volunteerism. So those events don't happen without the support of our community, and we really appreciate all of you. And I'm hoping they're highlighted on the screen behind me. Yes. Perfect. Another amazing department that we have is our communications team, led by Patrick Gavin, who is here today. I think we are just leading the way in our communications, the innovative way that we're communicating, connecting with our residents and people in this area. One of the features that I'd like to highlight here today is the local, handled by our manager, Sam DiMaggio, who is also here, our economic development manager, who I think many of you know. She's also an ambassador. She makes incredible connections with our community. And this series offers a behind-the-scenes look at the passion and creativity driving Chanhassen forward. She sits down, has conversations with the business owners, and not only to understand what the business is about, but every business has a story behind it. And Sam sits and takes the time to have that conversation, and it shares with the community. So if you're ever interested in having a feature on the local, please get in touch with Sam about that, or any questions that you may have as it relates to your business, because she is always happy to help. And then one little advertisement, I'd like to invite all of you to save the date for December 6th in the morning all the way until our tree lighting at 5 o'clock. And this is our holiday tree lighting ceremony. It's a great event. It's a little bit different this year because it isn't in our downtown. Obviously, we are under construction in our downtown. We have the tree planted for next year, but we are not quite ready to have people there, so we're having it at our rec center this year, and it'll be a lot of fun. It's free and open to the public, so we welcome you there. And then last but certainly not least, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the great team that makes Chanhassen operate and deliver on the services that we promise our residents. So at the helm of our city manager, Lori Hokanen, appreciate the great work that you do. But to all of our city staff, you are invaluable members of our team and our community, and we so appreciate the work that they do. and Councilwoman Schubert, who is here today, but to all of my council members, appreciate their service. We collaborate, we challenge each other, we ask each other questions, but the goal is to serve our residents and drive our community forward. We all take a great amount of pride in the city of Chanhassen, and we are so happy to serve, and I'm happy to serve alongside all of them. So as you move forward into the holiday season, obviously Thanksgiving being next week, I know there's a lot to be thankful for, but I'm certainly thankful for the opportunity to serve Chanhassen, thankful for the great community that we live in. I hope all of you recognize Carver County is a remarkable place to live. And I hope you all appreciate that and value that as we work together as a community to drive things forward. So happy holidays to all of you, and thank you for your time and attention today. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mayor Ryan. That's awesome. Now, next, Mayor McMillan with the City of Victoria. And if you don't know, it'll be 18 years ago that Deb helped spearhead and bring our 4 cities together as one chamber, Southwest Metro Chamber of Commerce. So I always tell her thanks for doing that every time I see her. So let's welcome Mayor McMillan.
Good afternoon, friends. I'm so delighted to be here. This is one of my favorite things to do every year, and I'm so glad that this event has endured year after year, because it is really wonderful to come out and share all the good things that are happening in our communities with you. So I want to say thank you to the sponsors, thank you to Steve, and thank you to my fellow mayors. You are doing incredible things in your cities, and I know Elise mentioned it, but we really are, we have a great camaraderie among us, and we do really enjoy each other's company and spend time together learning from each other. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm going to start here. So I want to say, like the other cities in our area, Victoria has experienced exponential growth over the past 10 to 15 years. And we expect that growth to continue both in land and in population far into the future. It's our job to make sure that city services, infrastructure, and support grow right along with it. In Victoria, we're committed to protecting what makes our city so special. We hear time and again from both new and longtime residents that they love the hometown feel of Victoria. They love our quaint charm, our walkability, our close connection to nature, where every neighborhood has easy access to green space. This year has been an exciting one in Victoria as well. We've added new homes, new businesses, new opportunities that strengthen the fabric of our community. We celebrated the opening of the Row Residence, bringing 125 new market rate units and 8,700 square feet of retail space into our downtown. We created new homes and new gathering spaces right here in the heart of our downtown. 6 new businesses opened their doors, and 2 of them expanded, Wellness Studio and the Veterinary Hospital. You can see that picture of the Veterinary Hospital. It is so beautiful. And then an ongoing remodel of the Victoria House that keeps our downtown vibrant and welcoming. We approved a new hometown bank and connected coffee shop, as well as early plans for a future medical facility, services that help meet our neighborhood needs right here in their own home. The approval of a 10,000 square foot quick trip in our South Growth area marks the first commercial development there and extends important city services to this growing part of our community. We've also kicked off planning for Downtown West Phase 2, envisioning new retail and restaurant spaces, mixed-use buildings, condos, apartments, and a range of townhomes and residential options. All are designed to support a walkable, connected neighborhood center. And when it comes to housing, in 2025, we've so far done 70 new single-family homes and 46 new townhomes, with hundreds more homes moving through the approval process. These additions ensure that more people of all ages and stages can call Victoria home. As our city grows, so must the connections between us, and that's why we continue to invest in transportation projects that make it safer and easier for everyone to move throughout our community. So as Mayor Hubbard said, you guys are not going to have a lot of construction here because it's all moving our way. One of the largest efforts, of course, is the Highway 5 and Highway 11 project in partnership with MnDOT and Carver County. And I'm going to take a moment here and just say thank you so much to Carver County for leading the way on this. This is a very unique partnership led by Carver County, who saw the need when the state of Minnesota was not going to put this on their radar for another 25 years. So thanks so much to our partners at Carver County and our neighboring communities who helped make this happen so much earlier and so much sooner. The work on Highway 5 and 11 strengthens long-term safety and mobility not only for Victoria but for our neighboring communities as well. The Downtown West Improvement Project will wrap up next year, adding a new roundabout that frames the west end of our downtown. I wish Lyndon were here because he could tell how many roundabouts are in Carver County. Do any of the commissioners in the back know? 10,000, yeah. We've also seen steady progress on Highway 11, which is a key route that connects Highway 7 to downtown Victoria. The anticipated reopening of this stretch later this month is something we're all looking forward to. And just this past weekend, 82nd Street, which is now Highway 18 Lyman Boulevard, opened to the public, offering a safer and more direct route to our neighbors in Chanhassen. Or I'm sorry, in Chaska. You can probably take a left and hit Chanhassen as well there. Meanwhile, there are team members preparing for what we call the Big Highway 5 project, with several north-south routes under construction next year and a full closure of Highway 5 anticipated in 2027. These improvements are significant, and while they require patience, they will shape the future of Victoria for generations. And through all of this, I want to remind you that Victoria businesses will remain open, and they need our support. So please continue to visit shops, restaurants, and the services in Victoria during this construction period. It will be so important to have them be there when all this is finished. Our city thrives when our businesses thrive, and that's why we remain committed to supporting small businesses. We promote Victoria as a destination and elevate the viability of our downtown and commercial areas. This year, we continued building on the foundation of Discover Victoria, which is a long-term effort to highlight everything that our neighborhood has to offer. We're preparing to launch Discover Victoria website, which will showcase the parks, trails, shops, restaurants, events, and signature attractions that help residents and visitors explore every corner of our neighborhood. We're enhancing resources and wayfinding, making it easier for people to navigate our trails, discover businesses, and find their way to our downtown. When visitors and residents can explore easily and confidently, it strengthens our local economy. Our community events remain a highlight of neighborhood life. Victoria in Bloom brought a burst of color to our downtown this spring, and our Live by the Lake summer concerts once again brought neighbors together for music and connection. Coming up, here's my commercial. On December 4th is our annual Light Up Victoria holiday event, a charming evening of lights, music, and community that supports our local businesses as well. These events don't just fill a calendar, they strengthen the relationships across our neighborhoods. One of the best parts about living in a Victoria neighborhood is the ability to step outside your door and access amazing parks, trails, and recreational opportunities. This year, we debuted new park signs across Victoria, modern, clean updates that reflect our identity and help neighbors and visitors better navigate our outdoor spaces. We've been gathering community input as we plan for 2 future parks, ensuring that these spaces reflect the needs, hopes, and creativity of the neighborhoods they'll serve. At the Victoria Recreation Center, we've made some enhancements, fresh signage, new furniture, some landscaping. All of this is designed to keep the facility welcoming and ready for use by our residents. Across our park system, we continue to invest in upgrades. A new playground at Deer Run Park 1, repairs to the D-Town Park, improvements to the shelter, and a new scoreboard at Poppets Field. These improvements support daily recreation as well as neighborhood gatherings, games, and celebrations. Keeping our community safe is the most important responsibility we have, and this year we've made significant strides in building a stronger, more resilient Victoria. Our approach centers on proactive education, preparedness, and ensuring that our first responders have the tools and staffing they need to meet the demands of a growing city. We're thrilled to be moving forward with the construction of a new fire station. This will better position our department to respond quickly and effectively as our community expands to the south and the west. This project supports a modern fire service model and enhances our ability to provide timely, life-saving services to every neighborhood in our community. As part of this evolution, the fire department is implementing a duty crew model, adding dedicated staffing to provide more consistent coverage during peak call times. This transition strengthens our response capabilities and ensures that help is ready the moment it is needed. This year, we added a community risk reduction specialist. This role is focused on public education, prevention, and engagement, as well as fire inspection duties. From home safety checks to fire extinguisher demos to preparedness programs, the specialist is helping residents stay informed, prepared, and safe in their homes and in their workplaces. And if you follow the Victoria Fire Department Facebook page, you know we've been having a little fun while sharing safety information. Whether it's the firefighters' now famous or infamous mustache contest, behind the scenes looks at training or lighthearted videos that help us deliver important messages in a way people actually enjoy watching. This kind of engagement strengthens the relationship between our firefighters and the community they serve. We're proud of the work that they're doing both on and off the emergency scene. Water conservation and environmental stewardship is also important to Victoria. Our landscape is one of our greatest treasures, and protecting it is essential to maintaining the quality of life that makes Victoria special. This year, we partnered with Carver County to bring an organics and cardboard recycling bin to Victoria, making sustainable disposal easier for our residents. Our Adopt a Park program and free park cleanup kits empower neighborhoods to take care of the green spaces they love, and these small acts build pride and keep our neighborhood looking beautiful. We continue to offer rebates for water efficient appliances, helping residents conserve water, save money, and protect our lakes. We continue to offer, and we've infused creativity into our educational outreach as well. From the pumpkin composting game to the interactive H2O game show, which made learning about water conservation genuinely fun for kids and adults alike. We also supported sustainable transportation and community giving through our mobile bike clinic and our bridge and collection drive, reminding us that environmental stewardship goes hand in hand with caring for one another. In every neighborhood, there's work that happens behind the scenes. It's less glamorous, but absolutely essential to keeping our communities running smoothly. This year, Victoria has made significant strides in strengthening transparency, improving financial stewardship, and making city services more accessible for every neighbor. We published our first ever popular annual financial report, a concise, compelling, plain language, 12-page summary of our city's financial story. Instead of asking residents to navigate 169 pages of a budget document, this report gives clear, easy to understand snapshot of where our dollars come from, how they're used, and the financial health of our city. We also instituted quarterly budget to actual reviews, bringing together department directors and our finance team to improve fiscal discipline, support early course correction when needed, and ensure that our work remains aligned with council priorities and community expectations. To support residents more proactively, we launched quarterly outreach to past due utility accounts. Most often, these are caused by expired cards or outdated auto pay information. This simple neighborly check-in has reduced late fees for residents, improved collections, and most importantly, has been received with tremendous appreciation from account holders who value the personal approach. This year has also brought one of our most exciting innovations, our mobile city hall, which is also affectionately known as Little Vic. Instead of expecting residents to come to us, we bring city services directly into the neighborhoods at parks, community events, and gathering throughout Victoria. Little Vic brings down barriers, strengthens engagement, and helps us meet people right where they are. In keeping with our commitment to efficiency and modernization, we transitioned to a cashless city hall. Eliminating cash handling streamlines operations, reduces the risk of errors or loss, and shortens the annual audit process, all of which save staff time and taxpayer dollars. This transition reflects how most residents already conduct their daily transactions and helps us deliver services in a more secure, convenient, and transparent way. These improvements don't always make headlines, but they make a meaningful difference in the day-to-day experience for our neighbors. They reflect our continued commitment to serving residents efficiently, responsibly, and with the level of care that Victoria deserves. At the heart of our community is a simple truth. We are a neighborhood first. And as our community grows, we remain committed to preserving the sense of belonging that makes Victoria feel like home. Our community events, from holiday festivals to neighborhood concerts, continue to build shared traditions that strengthen our connections with one another. We continue to create new opportunities for residents to engage, volunteer, and shape the future of our community, because a strong neighborhood is one where everyone has a voice. We've expanded intergenerational programming, creating ways for youth, adults, and seniors to learn from and enjoy one another. We prioritize accessibility, ensuring that our parks, trails, events, and programs are designed so that every neighbor of every ability can participate fully. Because at the end of the day, Victoria isn't just a city, it's a neighborhood built on relationships, shared values, and the belief that we are better when we're together. And I stand in front of you as the talking head, but all this great work does not happen without the help of our incredibly talented and dedicated staff, many of whom are with me today on this front table, and of course all the others from the cities. So the incredibly great work that they do every day is so much appreciated. I also serve alongside 4 incredible council members who I am so proud to serve with as well. I want to say thank you again to the Chamber and to all of you for being here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor McMillan. All right, last but not least, we've got Mayor Courtney Johnson with the City of Carver.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My presentation's running a little short, so I know we're over already, and is it batting cleanup? Is that the sports ball term? But I need about 12 more minutes of your time. My name is Courtney Johnson, and I have the extreme privilege of serving as the mayor of the City of Carver. First off, thank you all for being here today and taking the time to listen to our presentations. Thank you to the Chamber as well for hosting this event. I'd like to recognize my hype squad, the staff from the City of Carver that's here today. We have our Director of Public Services and Engineering, Andrew Simmons, our Finance Director, Lynn Schutte, the Community Development Director, Aaron Smith, our City Manager, Brent Merrick, the Administrative Services Manager, Brenda Good. They're all up here. Being that this is a Chamber event, I want to start by talking about the newest additions to Carver's thriving business community. Up first, we have Ivy Aesthetics Med Spa. They're located in Midtown Carver, just southwest of the roundabout between Healing Hands Veterinary Clinic and Chiropractic Specialists of Carver. Ivy Aesthetics is an innovative place for beauty and wellness. They specialize in providing the highest quality aesthetic injectables along with IV vitamin therapy. If you've driven into Carver recently, you've noticed that there is a big building that's going up right along Jonathan Carver Parkway, just north of Hometown Bank by Quick Trip. That's Les Schwab, which is an automotive services center. The services that they will include brakes, alignment, wheels, batteries, just about anything that you need for your car and more. Les Schwab is based in Bozeman, Montana, and they're moving into the Midwest incrementally. They've got a number of stores in outstate Minnesota, and we're starting to see them come into the metro. This building will be just under 11,000 square feet, and it's going to bring 9 jobs to the City of Carver. If you haven't heard, Taco Bell is also working their way through the City of Carver's approval process. The final review is anticipated to take place at our next City Council meeting. If you're looking and thinking, That doesn't look like any other Taco Bell I've ever seen. You are right. This is their newest design, which will be the first of its kind in Minnesota. Once approved, we anticipate construction to start next spring, which will be a 120-day construction cycle, so it could open as soon as next summer. Taco Bell will bring anywhere between 30 and 40 full and part-time jobs to the city of Carver. We've also got some industrial development in the works. United Properties is working on nearly 400,000 square feet of industrial build-to-suit user space at the corner of Jonathan Carver Parkway and Levi Griffin Road. That's roughly where Fleet Farm and Lakeview Industries is located. Many of the details on this project, including the end users, are still to be determined, but we're anticipating that this will bring 100+ jobs to the city of Carver. We should see shovels in the ground for this project next year. Residential development in Carver continues to be strong. In September, we cut the ribbon on Carver Place, 60 units of affordable housing, which is owned by the Carver County Community Development Agency. This is the first of 2 CDA projects in the city of Carver. The second project is Carver Oaks, which will bring 43 units of multifamily housing for those who are 55 or better, and this will open in the spring. This building, Carver Oaks, will allow people to downsize while staying in Carver, age in place, and have a community of neighbors nearby. Combined, this is 103 units of affordable housing, which allows people from every demographic to call Carver home. This essentially is our housing action plan, where we've set clear goals, developed strategies, and made commitments exemplified. We've got some more residential housing in the works. The arrow on the north part of that map on the left-hand side is the enclave at Carver Creek, which is going to be located on the north side of town, just south of 212 and on our westernmost edge of our community. We're anticipating a variety of units with this project, totaling 530 new homes. Summerfield, which is the arrow on the south part of that map, is something that the city has been anticipating for a decade or more. It will be approximately where County Road 11 or Jonathan Carver Parkway jogs south as if you're heading to Jordan. We're anticipating that the Summerfield development will bring approximately 2,400 new homes to Carver over a 10-year period. Both of these projects are currently in the environmental review phase of our process. Wow, that's a lot of development, you might be thinking. I just talked about a mix of commercial, industrial, and residential development. Anticipating the follow-up question, it's fair to wonder how the city of Carver is going to manage our growth. It's a topic I really enjoy discussing, so let's dig into it a little bit more. For as long as I've been on council, which is 9 years, the city of Carver has been really well prepared from a planning and strategy perspective. We determine our priorities for our strategic action plan biennially. A few weeks ago, we started the work for our 2050 comprehensive plan. Our long-term financial plan outlines anticipated capital improvements, future development, and other assumptions for the next 10 years, and that's updated annually. There's also the pavement management plan, the capital improvement plan, the parks master plan, the housing action plan I mentioned earlier, and more. Everything I just mentioned is truly the nitty-gritty of city planning, and we spend a lot of time at the city planning and executing on those plans. All of this is to say that the development that we're seeing, very simply, wouldn't be possible without the plans that we have in place. We couldn't serve the additional residents and businesses owners that we're anticipating if we didn't have plans for things like utilities, infrastructure, maintenance, staffing, streets, and so much more if these plans weren't in place years ago, long before these projects were proposed. All right, let's talk about parks, a little bit more exciting than city planning. Carver's newest park is Creekside Park, and it opened this fall. It's located at the corner of County Road 11, which is Jonathan Carver Parkway, and Main Street West. It has 4 pickleball courts, parking, a picnic shelter, and a dog park that will be opening in the spring. The city of Carver received more than $600,000 in grants for Creekside Park, including a $350,000 outdoor recreation grant from the DNR, and a nearly $260,000 grant from the state for the restoration of Carver Creek at this site. As you can see from the picture in the upper right, there was a bear sighting in Creekside Park when Great River Greening brought TC Bear along with dozens of volunteers to help with planting alongside the creek. Up next, I previewed this last year, but I'm happy to share that we both started and completed the Fire Station and Public Services Building Remodel project this year. This $1.5 million project included replacing the roof and HVAC units and adding a separate locker for our firefighters' turnout gear, which you can see in the image with the green and gold lockers. By keeping the firefighters' turnout gear out of the truck bays and away from the diesel exhaust from the trucks, we're providing an extra level of safety to our firefighters. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to influence the color scheme, so instead of green and gold, the lockers are red. Speaking of the fire department, we had a significant leadership change this year when Callie Trimbo, who had been on Carver Fire for 22 years and served as chief for the last 6 years, retired this summer. Tim Walsh, who was formerly assistant fire chief, was appointed fire chief this fall. The city has been working on the relocation, development, and construction of a future public services facility. The plan has always been to have our fire department move into the building right now that is cohabited by the fire department and our public services department. So as we're kind of moving into the phase of evicting public services from the fire department, we have done a space needs study that was completed by Rotel Architects. This study provided space needs on a scaled basis, ranging from our current needs to what our anticipated needs would be 50 years in the future. With this information, the city is in the midst of purchasing property on the south side of town that will be the potentially serve as the new space for our public services department. Up next is a topic that if you have been here in any previous years, I'm almost positive that I talked about, but it's our levee improvement project. The historic floods during the summer of 2024 really demonstrated our need for the levee improvement project. Carver's levee is the best example I can think of what aging infrastructure looks like. It's more than 55 years old, and while she is always, for the most part, held, it wasn't without some tense moments, some sleepless nights, and some late night fire calls for sandbagging during the summer of 2024. This truly demonstrates the need for critical improvements to this vital piece of infrastructure. The City of Carver also had visits from the House and Senate capital bonding tours, capital investment committees on the bonding tours this fall. We are looking for $3 million more on what is anticipated to be a $13 million project to make improvements to this levee. We have a good amount of funding already, and this has always been a project that we were going to work through in phases. So right now, we're working our way through the approval process, and we've started the easement acquisition process. After decades of working to address this aging but deeply impactful infrastructure, we will have shovels in the ground for the first phase of this project next year. Up next, we've got a couple of awards that are important to us in the City of Carver. The Edith Ann Award was given to Pat and Erwin Amy. This award honors the legacies of Edith Herman and Ann Nels, who were both instrumental in the preservation of Carver's historic district in the 1960s. It recognizes Carver residents who go above and beyond to maintain their properties. The picture on the right is the Historic Preservation Award, which was awarded to Barbara Kaiser, who lives at 113 4th Street East. The HPC Award recognizes a project that exemplifies the best practices in historic preservation in our historic district. And speaking of awards, in one of the biggest upsets of 2025, the City of Carver won the inaugural Night to Unite Food Drive Challenge. Last summer, Patty Sinkin from Bountiful Basket Food South, who's here today and I think we all know, reached out to me about a friendly competition for Night to Unite. And that we're all going out to visit our communities, we're all going out to visit block parties. Why don't we turn this into a philanthropic effort and collect food while we're out? Great, let's do it, Carver's on board. I think my first question for Patty and then Chaska Fire when they called was, So Carver's like a quarter of the size of Chaska and Chan, or half the size of Victoria. Is there gonna be some arithmetic here where 1 can of food equals 4 cans of food? We didn't get any traction on that idea. But thanks to the 750 pounds of food donated by Carver residents and a very generous surprise donation from the Carver Lions, we surpassed Chaska, Chanhassen, and Victoria. And as proud of that as I am, and it's a lot, the real winners of this was the Bountiful Basket Food Shelf. All right, that's it. That wraps up my presentation. Before I leave, I would be remiss if I didn't mention my mayors who join me in leading communities on the eastern edge of Carver County. It's been alluded to before, and I almost put a picture of us in there from our get-togethers. If it's golfing or getting together for adult beverages and a tour of the new city hall, or coming in last at a puzzling competition, we hang out both personally and professionally, and ideate and serve as a emotional support venue for each other. And it's been tremendous just getting to know these women a little bit better. So thank you to my mayors, thank you to the community, thank you to the chamber, and thank you all for being here today.
Awesome. Well, I know we are 13 minutes over. I just want to go through quick and thank all of our sponsors. Again, thank you to our gold sponsor, Comcast, Nicolay National Bank, Hometown Bank, Excel Energy. If you didn't get your awesome little night light, there's still some left on the registration table outside. Carver Ridge Senior Living, Chaska Historical Society, VC3, Riley Crossing, and Ridgeview. So thank you so much for everybody for being here today. And if you don't know, we're doing another great thing in Carver County. Carver County is opening up a family resource center at the Chaska Moravian Church. And we're gonna be running over there shortly and doing a ribbon cutting at 2 o'clock. So once again, thank you to all the cities. Can I just, if you've been an ambassador or are an ambassador or on the board of directors, can you just raise your hand? I mean, I know we have a few here today, and I think a couple already had to skedaddle, so thank you so much for being here, and just appreciate all of you and look forward to our next event. We got a holiday expo in Victoria this Saturday at the Lions Pavilion, so come check it out. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here, everybody.